The 96 kilobytes code ceiling. On August 6, 2026, the Arbitrum DAO approved a protocol upgrade that quadruples the maximum size of a smart contract on its network. The ArbOS Elara rollout quietly pushes the code ceiling for the stylus execution environment from 24 kilobytes to 96 kilobytes. This is not just a storage bump. For EVM native developers used to fighting for every byte of space, it sounds like a minor technical tweak, but it unlocks an entirely new WebAssembly architecture. The WebAssembly Architecture. Stylus allows developers to write smart contracts in Rust and C++, compiling them to WebAssembly to run alongside standard Solidity. Before Elara, the strict 24 kilobyte ceiling forced builders to aggressively fragment complex WebAssembly protocols across multiple smaller contracts. This wasted gas and increased latency. By lifting that ceiling to 96 kilobytes, the network suddenly supports monolithic order books, advanced machine learning models, and heavy cryptographic libraries natively. But Elara also ships with another quiet addition that introduces sequencer-level compliance. Sequencer-level compliance. Buried in the ArbOS 61 release is a new capability for protocol-level transaction filtering. It allows custom orbit chains to plug external compliance services directly into the sequencer layer, blocking sanctioned addresses before a transaction even reaches the state transition function. And the enterprise signal underneath these two features is impossible to ignore. The enterprise signal. ArbOS Elara is not just a scalability patch. It is a calculated deployment to capture traditional finance engineers who require both the 96 kilobyte heavyweight computational logic and strict sequencer-level compliance guardrails. By expanding the WebAssembly footprint, the network removes the primary friction point for developers porting dense, resource-heavy codebases from centralized servers to the blockchain. This matters for institutional operators who want to build complex financial primitives without wrestling with solidity constraints. Simultaneously, embedding these filters directly into the base node software gives those same institutions a standardized, out-of-the-box legal safety net for their own private orbit chains. They can now deploy heavy logic while mathematically guaranteeing that sanctioned entities cannot interact with their state. Critics argue this level of control fractures the ethos of permissionless crypto, but for traditional finance, it is the exact prerequisite for entry. The upgrade structurally aligns strict enterprise regulatory requirements with decentralized execution speeds. The critical metric to watch now is the volume of new custom Layer 3 chains activating these specific compliance modules before the end of 2026. Subscribe for more